So on the topic I wanted to talk about today, I'm going to go through my train of thought. Okay, so you're inside the mind of Pete right now, the train of thought. For some reason, I was thinking about the story about Sasha Riley, who is the victim. I guess I'd say alleged victim because there are some people that are saying it's not true. It doesn't matter to me if it is or not. It doesn't relate to the story. Alleged victim of Epstein, that he was a child who was, even as a little boy, was used as kind of like a pawn and a tool for those people. But either way, what I was thinking about was how apparently, if he is alive, he is has moved to a different country and exiled himself. Um, if you're hearing a beeping, it's because my car thinks my chip bag so heavy there's a purse in my passenger seat. There's not. Anyway, I was thinking about how Sasha Riley has apparently moved to a different country and exiled himself. If he exists, God bless him if he does. Um, and so the idea of powerful men came to my mind about the reason that he would exile himself is to protect himself from powerful men. But then I started thinking, wait, it's not powerful men, it's men in power. And those are two completely different things. The idea that you can have power that you can wield, but that doesn't make you a powerful person because when we're talking about power that you can wield, we're talking about human capital. We're talking about, you're able to do things in human terms. And I think we get so roped into this concept that what is physical and what is of this world is all that exists. And it's almost the God or the higher, the mighty, or what we can exalt ourselves to, we should be looking to do, we're always looking for, how can we curry the right favor with the right people or the right organizations, or how can we have the right amount of money in our bank account, or how can we, be in charge of this, that, or something else, or get this certain degree or certification or position or whatever it is. But those were all human terms, which have importance, but at the same time, that's not the ultimate power. And also, men in power and powerful men are distinct in how they live their lives. They're distinct in how they move through the world. They're distinct in how they act and react. Men in power who are not powerful men act exactly like our current administration is acting. And you can see it. And although it's frightening and it's terrible and people are seriously getting hurt right now, and there will be people that are harmed in the future. One of the things about the gift, I guess people is what they call it, that I have, is sometimes I know things. And there are certain things that I have known for a while that are not fun to know. I mean, I have no proof of it whatsoever, and I've told some close friends about them. Um, so what I'm saying is that I know that there are people who are still to be hurt, and I think we all know that. But at the same time, this is a very take energy. It's very much a take energy. It's not a give energy. What I mean by that is when you're looking at a system that's built upon a take energy, it is depleting resources. And once those resources are depleted, nature wants balance and it'll more naturally right itself. And I think that's why you're seeing, like, today is the National Day of Strike in the US. And you see the No King's Day coming back up. You see all these protests that are happening because nature is starting to reverse itself naturally. So, but men in power who are not powerful men can be extremely dangerous because they get to points where they feel like they have nothing else to lose and they will do everything that they can to maintain it. But as long as we are able to keep in our mind that there is a huge difference between men in power and powerful men, we can use that to our advantage. And part of the advantage is in not succumbing to what they tell us to do in advance, to not give up our rights in advance, to understand you may be in power, but you're not powerful. And so there may be things that you can do temporarily, but overall, there's nothing you can do forward. And the more people who comply, the more people who simply lay down their rights and their ability to, and there's all kinds of protests. Some protests, there's protests that you can do, kind of like when the army did the parade on his birthday, where they all paraded, but they brought out all their worst equipment and they didn't even walk in step. So there are ways that you can protest that don't necessarily get you in trouble, but are very clear and distinct. There's lots of people that can slow things down and make things not work as efficiently. And a lot of times that could be some of the most powerful protests that you can do, because there's nothing they can really do about it or against you, because you're following orders. You're just not doing it to full efficiency, or perhaps they're telling you directly how to do something and they don't know how it all works. You're like, sure, I'll do that because I know it's not going to work. But anyway, my main point is that there is a clear distinction between men in power and powerful men. And this can go for women too, but it's just men right now that are being problematic. So I'm just going to focus it on that. And as long as we understand that, we can, number one, be aware that men in power who are not powerful are very dangerous, for one thing. And also that ultimately they will not stay in power because they don't have anything to back it up. You could lie and you could cheat, you could steal your way into all kinds of things, but it's not sustainable. It's not something that will last, and it's something that will eventually be lost because nature just won't let it be so. And I think that's why we're seeing such a huge turnaround in how things are going. Still a long way to go, but we're finally starting to see the turnaround happen. So I'm hoping everyone out there is staying as mindful as you can. Keep in your calm and your peace as much as you can. Regulate your nervous system as much as possible so that you can stay in your empowerment. Until later, love, peace, and release.
You sit high on that leather chair, big glass desk, but the room feels bare. Gold frame smile in every hallway, but your eyes look down when you walk my way. You're not a powerful man, you're a man in power. Take off the suit, what's left when the title's sours? You talk back, you wrote the sun, but you're scared of the dark at the 11th hour. You're not a powerful man, you're just a man and power. Phone lights up, you don't breathe till it rings. Chase the craze like it's oxygen. Call it strength when you raise your voice, but you shake each time you make the choice. You're not a powerful man, you're a man in power. Take off the suit, what's left when the title's sours? You talk back, you wrote the sun, but you're scared of the dark at the 11th hour. You're not a powerful man, you're strip all the shine away. Feel the tiny tower, you talk like you own the sky.